Greetings, hope this finds you well. So, earlier this week, a federal judge in Virginia ordered Chelsea Manning back to jail for her refusal to testify to a grand jury about her leaking, classified documents to WikiLeaks. So basically, again, the federal government is trying to coerce her into testifying. So it's basically, and the grand jury process is already such a secretive and kind of messed up thing. Sorry, just seeing if you're shutting on me to begin with. They're trying to, she was just released last week after being sent to jail for the same thing, and she refused to testify. They released her after 62 days, and then they sent her back in again, and basically, she's a hero, honestly. The courage that she has standing up to the brutality of our government, how they, are cracking down on whistleblowers, on people who expose the crimes and misdeeds of our government, and she's staying true to her beliefs, saying she's not going to be coerced into testifying, and she's been to jail and prison before. She was ready to go back again, and I guess she can potentially be held for 18 months and charged up to $1,000 a day for if she fails to testify. So I think we all need to stand with her and support her in whatever ways we can, and make sure that whistleblowers, when they do come forward, that they aren't persecuted like she has been, like Edward Snowden was, and all these other types of people, especially now under the Trump administration, basically because they are just trying to silence any type of dissent when people expose, like I said, the crimes and misdeeds of our government. Something that we all, as citizens of this country, our government needs to be held, accountable when they are involved in these misdeeds and horrible acts. Like one of the documents I believe she released to WikiLeaks was the during the war in Iraq, that United States military's helicopter, how they were gunning down civilians as well as journalists, and laughing about it, and coming back again when people tried to help them, and gunning those people down as well. I think was how the kind of series of events unfolded in that scenario. And so she's being punished for exposing, in that instance, or providing the documents to WikiLeaks that exposed the crimes, the war crimes of our government. So, she's being punished for that, yet those people in our government who led us to war, who led us to that unconstitutional war that ended up killing hundreds of thousands of Iraqis, as well as thousands of U.S. military members, destroying their environment, leading to the events that created ISIS and the war crimes that were committed there. None of those people have ever been charged for any of that stuff, and yet Chelsea Manning, being the very brave and ethical and moral person that she is, she found out about that stuff and was like, well, if nothing seems to be happening around these things, so I'm going to have to be the one to take the stand, even if it costs me my own personal liberty and freedom. And time again, we've seen that she's willing to kind of make that ultimate sacrifice because she believes so strongly in being able to expose the crimes and misdeeds of our government. So like I said, we just need to do and find whatever ways we can to support her and put pressure on our government to not persecute the people. I guess obviously we need a change in government for that to happen, but put pressure on whoever's in those positions of power to, you know, realize that, you know, whistleblowers are a necessary tool and vehicle in a democratic society for those things to be exposed. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Peace.